guys, I'm Pastor Jonna. Welcome to Northside Treehouse Kids. We're here to do our Sunday lesson today.
Oh, hey, Pastor Jonna.
What? Is that Frankie?
Yeah, this is Frankie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
What have you been up to?
Just this and that. I came back. I was traveling around, and then all this stuff happened. So I came home. And guess what?
What?
I work here.
You work here?
Yep.
At the church?
I work here at the church.
Oh my goodness, what do you do?
I'm a gopher.
A gopher, like the animal?
No, not like the animal. I'm a gopher. I go for stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
you go
I know.
for stuff.
Yeah, like if Miss Carol needs something, she says, "Hey, Frankie." I say, "Hey, Carol, Miss Carol." I say, "What do you need?" She goes, "I need a highlighter." So I go for it.
Oh, that's cool.
And the Pastor Lynn says, "Hey, Frankie." I say, "Hey, Pastor Lynn." He goes, "I need my Bible." So I go for it. So that's what I do.
Well, that's pretty cool. I work here too, so that's
I know,
awesome.
isn't that great?
That is cool.
So, what do you guys? What are you doing today? What are you guys doing?
Well, we're making a recording for our children's church. So,
What?
yeah, it can be online.
So there's like millions of people watching us right now.
Well, maybe not
I'm gonna be
millions.
famous. I tell you, I'm gonna be famous.
Oh, well, I guess so.
Yes, because I'm a comedian. Did you know that?
You're a comedian.
Right, I'm a comedian.
Okay.
And one day I'm gonna open for Pastor Lynn here.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, because like Mr. Colin and the praise band will get done, and I'll go off stage, and it's kind of got that awkward thing there. Well, I come up and I warm the crowd up for him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I get them all ready for Pastor Lynn. That's what I'm gonna
cool.
do. Yep, I do lots of good jokes. I got a great stand-up act. You want to hear a joke?
Sure, I'd love to hear a joke.
Perfect. Okay. Let me think. Okay. What did Adam say to Eve the night before Christmas?
What did Adam say to Eve the night before Christmas? I have no idea.
It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, my goodness.
Here's another.
Okay.
You know who the smartest person in the Bible was?
Who was the smartest person in the Bible?
Abraham.
Why Abraham?
Because he knew a lot.
Oh, he knew a lot.
Okay, one more. Okay, what kind of lights did Noah put on the ark?
I don't know. What kind of lights did Noah put on the ark?
Floodlights!
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm just cracking up. I'm going to be great. It's going to be the best. It's going to be the greatest, yes.
Yeah,
it's the greatest
sounds like
that it's going to ever be.
Sounds like it.
Yep. So what are you guys talking about today?
Well, today we're actually going to talk about someone in the Bible named Abraham.
Well, he had like a lot of sons.
I know.
Yep, lots of them.
Yeah, I know.
And I know the perfect song for that.
Do you?
Yeah, I sure do. Hey, is that Mr. Ken back there? I see you. Hey, Mr. Ken, hit it!
was a lot of fun. That song was really good. Thank you for suggesting that.
Yep.
So while you're here, would you mind doing the Fast Freddy? We usually have Fast Freddy, but he's taking a break today since you're here. He figured he might as well let you do the verse. So would you mind sharing the verse with the kids at home today?
Sure, what is it? I know them all.
You don't have to say it as fast as Freddy, because I know he talks really fast.
Yeah, he's too fast.
Yeah, he's a little too fast.
He's a good dog, though.
Yeah, he's a good boy. It is actually in the book of Genesis, which, do you know where that is in the Bible?
Yeah, it's in between the covers somewhere.
It is in between the covers, but do you know where in the Bible?
Genesis. That's like in the first. That's the beginning one. That's the first one.
It is the first one. Very good. And we're going to go into chapter 15, verse 1.
Okay.
All right. So if you can tell the kids, we're going to put it on the screen too, so they can see it too. Okay.
Okay. Genesis chapter 1 or chapter 15, verse 1. Let me think.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
The word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward.
Very good.
Yeah,
I hope
awesome.
the kids at home saw that too. So that was very good that you got to do that verse. And you know what else we have for the kids at home today?
What's that?
We have a new game that we do, and it's called the stand-up, sit-down game. So we're going to let the kids do that game real quick. You think that'd be cool?
That's awesome.
All right.
That'd be great.
Let's let the kids do the stand-up, sit-down game.
Okay.
What did you think about the game today?
That was pretty cool. It was like I got my knee bends and my exercise.
Got your
I stood
exercise
up,
in
I
for
sat
today.
down, I stood up. It was a workout. Woo,
It is a workout.
That's
I know. Well, now I wanted to know if you could help me with a little something that I want to show the kids at home.
Sure.
Okay, I have something in my hand.
Is it a puppy?
It is not a puppy, but you know what? My puppy almost would fit in my hand. She's that small.
Really?
Yes.
I bet it's pickle.
It is not a pickle,
Man.
but let me ask you something. Do you trust that there is something in my hand?
Sure, whatever that is. What's trust?
Okay, well that's cool because that's what we're going to talk about. So trust means believing in something, right? We can trust in God, we can trust in a person, we can trust even in ourselves for certain things. So if you believe me when I say that I have something in my hand, that means you trust me.
Okay.
Very cool, very cool. So I'll give you a little hint and maybe you'll be able to guess what's in my hand. Okay? It says, in God we trust on it. What do you think it is?
Let me think. Oh, I know.
What is it?
It's a copy of the Pledge of Allegiance.
It is not a copy of the Pledge of Allegiance. Not a bad guess, though. Not bad.
Oh, man.
I will show you what it is.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am. I'm always
It's a quarter.
It's a quarter.
It's a quarter.
I love quarters.
Very good. So anyway, it took trust for you to believe me that I had something in my hand when I said I had something in my hand, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, but you did.
The great heroes of the Bible had trust and faith in God. They trusted Him, right? And He never let them down.
Nope.
So our faith and our trust should be as strong as theirs. So we're talking about big heroes in the Bible.
Okay.
Very cool. So if you want, you can sit down while we talk to the kids a little bit about Abraham today.
Okay, great. I love that. Okay.
All right, sounds good. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Very cool. Well, today, like we said, we're going to talk about one of our big heroes in the Bible. His name is Abraham. We're going to look at a virtue of faithfulness, which also means trust, right? Faithfulness is trusting. It's believing what God says He will do. It's an unwavering dedication to stay true to that belief, even if it doesn't look so great, even if it looks impossible, right? Things didn't look so great for a guy in the Bible. His name was Abram. Now, I know we already called him Abraham because later in the Bible they changed his name to Abraham. But in the beginning, his name is actually Abram. So, him and his wife Sarah, they were asked to leave their home and move to a new country. And God promised Abram that his children and their descendants, which means their children and their children's children, would live on that great land as a great nation. The only problem was Abram didn't have any children. In fact, him and his wife Sarah were old. Now, I don't just mean old. I mean they were old, okay? So, most people their age weren't having children. In fact, nobody was. So let's see what happens, and let's read in the book of Genesis. If you have your Bibles, like Frankie said, it's the first book of the Bible. Let's go to chapter 15, and I'm going to read verses 1 through 6. After this, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward. But Abram said, Sovereign Lord, what can you give me since I remain childless, and the one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus? And Abram said, You have given me no children, so a servant is in my household is going to be my heir. Then the word of the Lord came to him. This man will not be your heir, but a son who is your own flesh and blood will be your heir. He took him outside, and he said, Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them. Then he said to him, So shall your offspring be. And Abram believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness. Well, God promised Abram what seemed impossible, right? That he and Sarah would have a child. And through that child, Abram would have more descendants than there are stars in the sky. Well, have you ever been out camping? Have you looked up at the sky at night when there's not a lot of lights around? There are a lot of stars, more than you could ever count. And that's what Abram saw when he looked up. But Abram believed what God told him. He had faith that God would do what he promised. The Bible says that his belief was credited to him as righteousness. What that means is, Abram wasn't perfect. None of us are. But God chose to look past Abram's imperfections to his strong faith. Later in the Bible, we read how Abram, which later his name is changed to Abraham, became the father of Isaac. Isaac had a son, Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons. And these sons and their families became the nation of Israel. God fulfilled his promise to Abram. Well, you know what? God has big plans for you too. Great things that he wants to accomplish through you. Do you believe that? Do you have faith? Sometimes it's hard to see how we can do big things. There are people smarter than us or stronger than us. We may think we're too young to do great things, but God doesn't ask us to be the best or the strongest. He wants more than anything for us to simply put our trust and our faith in Him. Because God is stronger than even the strongest person, He's wiser than the smartest person, and He's definitely more loving and kind and generous than we can even imagine. If we believe in Him and put our faith in Him, He will see us through every problem and do amazing things through us, just like today's Bible hero, Abraham. So let's go ahead and take a minute to pray. And maybe we need to ask God, what kinds of things are you wanting to do through me today? How can you use me? And then let's tell Him we have faith and we have trust in what He says. Because what He says, He will do. So let's bow our heads together. Dear God, thank you so much for today. I thank you for loving us. I thank you for this lesson about Abraham. It's exciting to see that you told him something that seemed impossible, and yet he believed and he trusted what you said, and it came true. So I pray right now that you'll help us to trust you today. Help us right now, everyone that is watching this video. Maybe they've never put their trust in you for the first time. So maybe they need to do what we call the ABCs. Maybe right now they need to admit that they need you. You know what, God? I need you today. I have sinned, because we all have sinned. They need to believe that you died for them, and choose to follow you today. If that's the case, I pray right now that there's children right now watching this, or adults, that are making that prayer to you, saying, God, I need you today. I put my trust in you today, and I'm asking you to be my forever friend and come into my heart and be my Savior. Maybe there's other of us that have already asked you to be in our heart and in our lives, but maybe we're not sure what you're asking us to do. Maybe we're unsure of the things we're going through or the problems we're facing at home or at school. Whatever it is, we want to hear from you today, God. Help us to know what you need us to do, and also help us to know that you're going to get us through what we're going through. And help us to be like our Bible hero today, Abraham, and say, I believe what you say, God, because I trust you. So today, that is my prayer for all those watching, is that we put our trust in you today and you help us see what you'd have us to see today. I thank you for your love and for all that you do for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Well, Frankie, what did you think of today's lesson?
That was great, Pastor Jana.
Was it? Did you enjoy that?
I really did. I did.
Very cool. I'm thinking maybe we should end with a song. What do you think?
I think that would be a wonderful idea.
Okay, and do you think maybe next week you could come back and join us again?
Really?
Yeah, we'd love to hear about what you're doing at the church.
Awesome, because I told you I'm going to be famous.
I know, I believe you. All right, well, let's let the kids end with a worship song, and we'll see you next week.
Okay.
All right, bye, guys.
Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. Oh my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. Oh my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. Oh my God, that is who you are. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. Oh my God, that is who you